Starting transmission.
Ah, it's a cupcake! Ah! Your feed has, like, weird artifacts.
Okay. Oh, that's because I'm sitting in complete dark here.
Oh.
Might help?
There they go.
Yeah, the low light version using the infrared LEDs is not really perfect.
There's so much crap over here. I've been poor for many years. How can I own so much crap?
I don't know.
I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Don't look at me.
But I am looking at you.
Well, too late. I have nothing to say. I am a ham sandwich.
You're a ham sandwich?
A ham sandwich.
Ooh, I could make a ham sandwich. Probably still full of pancakes. Pancakes. Did you, do the thing in the...
No, I never got the window. I'm gonna do it tomorrow after work.
At least you understand what I was trying to say.
I'm not in a super hurry because it's gonna be a couple days before I can even get to trying to put it in, so getting it today or getting it tomorrow isn't gonna change when it goes in.
Well then, alright.
Because I'm gonna need help, because I got no clue what I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out.
Done being too hot to drink? No. Still too hot. But it burns so good.
Tastes so good, but it burns so bad.
Mm-hmm. Nice black tea with dried fruit bits. Maybe poor, but I'm not looking so fast. Okay, pardon.
Hello and welcome to episode 69 of the Super Happy Fun Jabbertron Tea Party with Kiki, Bones, and Cave. If I had the ability to feel emotion, the world would make me very sad. But at least there is tea.
We literally have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, I've not had a very productive week.
All I've been doing is, like, working.
The air quality is so shitty that anytime I, have to go outside, it automatically fucks me over for the rest of the day, so I haven't gotten much in the way of anything done. Nor have I done much in the way of anything.
It's like, this is supposed to be my weekend off from work, but because one of our guys is out on medical leave, I get to work 10 hours tomorrow, and I'm so excited.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 11 hours, because I'm working 6:30 to 5:30.
That doesn't sound very...
That's why I got in as many hours of gaming as I could, because I'm going to be miserable tomorrow night.
Oh, poor Cupcake.
I think I'm off on Sunday. I think is the key word. I have to look at the schedule tomorrow. I'm hoping he's giving me Sunday off, because otherwise I'm working this Saturday through a week from Sunday. Which could be really, really shitty.
That sounds really, really shitty. I have a functioning bathroom sink again.
Did they come and snake it?
He took out the whole fucking pipe and replaced it.
Oh.
Whatever
in the wall.
Yeah, whatever our neighbors keep doing that's fucking it up, fucked up the pipe this time.
So he actually cut into the wall and pulled the pipe out?
Yeah.
Fun.
But functioning bathroom sink, so I'm not shaving at the kitchen sink tomorrow morning. Yay!
I'll never forget when I was in high school. I worked apartment maintenance, and my manager, like the head maintenance guy, told me go to an apartment. I don't remember what number. Their toilet keeps backing up, and this toilet was literally filled above the seat with shit. So the first thing we had to do was literally clear the shit out of it. So once I got that done, I had to try to figure out why it was clogging. It looked fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So finally, after trying to snake something down and getting stuck right past the, I don't know what you want to call it, the bowl, basically, I took the bolts out and lifted the thing up. What do you think I find in the flange on the floor? What do you think is stuck in the actual the drain out of the floor?
A small rodent.
Q-tips.
Also likely.
They had literally gotten caught and just started stacking a time until it was like it had crisscrossed so many times they had made an effective net under the toilet. These people didn't call us till the shit was coming out of the toilet to say their toilet wasn't flushing right.
Their sink has apparently, their sink has apparently been backflowing on them for the past 2 days, and they didn't say shit.
It's just super, isn't it?
Yeah. Still slightly too hot, but so good. Why must tea be good and yet still cause pain? Actually, it's not tea's fault, it's my dumbass fault. Other than that, not a lot's happened. I played that game that Moss had worked on.
Oh yeah?
Coffee Quest. That'll go up next week.
Cool.
It's a short, 10-minute game. So. And unless I catch the lurgy or something, video should go up next week. But you never know. But rain's on the way, so yay.
That's good, I think.
Well, at least they're claiming it's on the way. Our El Nino's supposed to finally fucking happen.
Hooray, El Nino.
Yay, flooding.
Pretty much. You can tell it's wintertime when it starts flooding in California after it's been dry for 9 months.
Yeah. It's amazed that people are, oh my god, it's the worst fire season on record. Yeah, it was that last year too. It's gonna keep getting worse.
That's what happens when you have a chronic drought.
Yeah. We're, sucking up so much groundwater that we're, making our own sinkholes.
I asked Arizona about that one.
Mm-hmm.
They had orange orchards in the southern part of Arizona for a long time, and they basically took so much water out of the ground that the orchards sunk under the earth.
Jeez.
They just blew.
Yeah. I did start watching, We Bear Bears.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, it's adorable. It's...
Surprise.
3 bears, although pandas are only sort of bears, that have domesticated to society, but not in we're pets way, and hey, we're kinda like people. And we do stupid people shit, but we don't quite understand people's societies, but we understand it enough. One episode they start their own food truck, and the wildlife starts going to them for food and is robbing the city to get money for it. Very adorable. Mucho guacho. That was terrible, terrible Spanish. Only one word was Spanish. Apparently Dr. Ruth put her foot in her mouth.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. She's essentially saying because asexuals are such a small statistic that they're clearly not actually a sexuality, but just mentally ill.
Look, if all the other orientations are considered legitimate, they're as legitimate as anything else.
Yeah.
It's like saying agnostic or atheist isn't a real religious choice because it's the absence of any choice at all.
Yeah. percentages. Like, I feel like she's not taking a hard look at it. She's just looking at, like, well, essentially, as she said, she's just looking at statistical data and going, that's too small to matter, so it's clearly not. When that's not really how people work.
The only point that I said that was the one you linked me with all the posters, and one of them was can't tell the difference between romantic and sexual feelings. I'm going, that's not an orientation, that's a sexual disorder. The one about being, I think there was one about, like, there was a term for somebody who was attracted to, like, asexual people. And I was like, that's a fetish.
Well, fetish / preference, depending on whether or not there's a small line, and it's difficult to explain. But yeah, that's not an orientation, that's a preference or a fetish.
Yeah.
Like, if you are, you feel you're a multi-spectrum sexuality as opposed to a binary one, but you only tend to go after possibly certain genders more than others, that's a preference and not the same thing, because you're still feeling sexual attraction to the others. You're just, on a social level, only going after certain things for certain reasons. Or, it also depends on how closely you perceive romance and sex. Because if there's a closer divide, then your romantic affiliation is greatly going to influence who you actually sleep with, as opposed to who you want to sleep with.
Mm-hmm.
And for those rare few where it does not line up, kind of weird for them. Let's open the news. How sad is the news? That's pretty sad. Okay.
You know what I just realized the other day? It kind of, like, blew my mind a little bit. You know Misty from Pokemon?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that her top isn't a tank top, it's a swimsuit.
That could be legitimately true.
I just, like, we were sitting there talking, and I'm like, she's the leader of the water gym, and when they meet her the first time, she's fishing. And we just assume that that's a tank top, but we never see her with her shorts off.
Yeah, she could be wearing a tankini.
Well, it's like, let's go Akagi. The blue shirt that she wears under her white coat, that's actually a swimsuit. And the only time this ever comes up is, like, in the first shot of her as she's getting out of the LCL, like, tank, like, within the first, like, 20 minutes of the first episode. You never see her without her skirts. You never realize this, but, like, there's, like, a split-second shot of her getting out, and you realize, oh my god. They just worked it right into her character design. That's what we were saying, like, I was just like, it's like dumbfounded moment of, oh, that, like, makes complete sense, and I never considered that.
Oop, my phone is not on silent.
Oh, well. I will keep on spinning.
Oh. I am being sent cat pictures by the girls.
Fun?
Yes. Well, I mean, her top usually could be a swimsuit, but in some pictures it doesn't cling enough like one.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing really stopping it from otherwise, although apparently when she comes back in later series, she's wearing like an actual fucking shirt. Weird.
Yeah, because, like, when you catch her in, like, the later ones, when they're adults or whatever, like, she wears, like, a swimsuit and, like, a coat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's technically the version from the TV show, from the games, but they're supposed to be the same person, theoretically.
Yeah. Same non-aging, pseudo-aging weirdos.
Yeah. Well, it's like, somebody on YouTube was trying to describe the chronology and aging of Sonic the Hedgehog. He was 15 when the series started. He's still 15 now. In Sonic Generations, he goes back to the past on his birthday to visit himself in the past 15 years ago, when he was 15.
What?
Okay, Sonic the Hedgehog has remained 15 through the entire history of the series. He was 15 years old in the first game.
Yeah, okay.
In Sonic Generations, he went back 15 years into the past to visit himself on the day of his birthday. His 15th birthday.
Okay.
He's like a stereotypical woman, but worse. He's having his 15th birthday for the 15th time.
Forever and ever and ever and ever and...
I've been reading about the, like, I don't know what it is, but like the last piece of Naruto that they're animating. I don't know if it's a movie or a TV show or whatever, but I love the premise. I think it was last time I talked about this when they first showed the sketches of what it was going to look like. I love the premise of an adult Naruto. Like, it's hilarious. Like after he's grown up and gone through some shit and like legitimately trying to balance being, dumbass Naruto and like leader of a city or a country or whatever.
Didn't he at one point make fun of his past self? Or was that a fan thing?
I think so. Well, I mean, I would, like we all look back at ourselves at like 10 or 14 or whatever, pick an age. You're just like, God, what the hell was going through my head? We gave one of our friends a bunch of shit because when we were in junior high, he went through a goth phase. He could never figure it out. We're like, why would you ever do that, man? You were so straight-laced. He's like, well, I wanted to be special and different. I'm like, oh my God.
That's usually why. Do kids still go through goth phases now?
What now?
Do kids still go through goth phases now? I know the style's still around. What is the phase?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I mean, I never went through a goth phase, but like, I know a lot of kids go through that, like the, I wouldn't really call it goth, but just like
the dark, moody phase.
Not even moody, just like wearing, basically dressing as different from your parents as physically possible without getting chewed out. It was really funny too, because I ended up going the other direction. That's how I got into wearing Hawaiian shirts, because I wanted something that was radically different from everybody else. And so I had 7 friends who were all wearing like dark clothing and like those rave pants and shit. And then I'd be hanging out with them, and so they referred to us at school as Toucan Sam and the 7 Ravens.
I can imagine that.
Just imagine like the most like flowery, colorful, floral print Hawaiian shirt you've ever seen, and just a bunch of guys with spiky, Liberty spikes and all kinds of crazy punk, goth, whatever you want to call it, fashion. Just this random nerd in the center who's wearing like just the most colorful shit possible. I remember I almost got beat up because we went to the local goth club, and my friends who were into it took me with them. They wanted me to come see it, and I was like, okay, whatever. And no one told me there was a dress code, so when we get there, the guy's just like, you can't come in. I'm like, why? He's like, you're going to cause a disturbance. I'm like, why? He's like, you're too colorful.
You must conform to our version of conformity by non-conforming to conformity.
Exactly. Now you're playing with power.
The most exciting thing I did this week was go to the doctor's.
Huzzah!
I'm on 2 antidepressants now.
Yay!
I am stuck. There we go. And my leg. I was sitting on my leg and I was stuck on my sweatpants.
Oh no.
Keep that up and the Kool-Aid Man's gonna break in.
You have to say the other one.
Ah! How dare you make noise and scare me?
Excuse you.
Yes. Oh, I'm not going to the zombie wall tomorrow.
Okay.
Air quality is too shitty. I can barely handle going out in my own damn parking lot, so I'm not gonna walk around Sacramento where there's active gas leaks.
Yeah, I was considering, the state fair started on Thursday, and I was considering going this weekend, but honestly, it costs a shit ton of money, and I don't like people as much as I used to.
We went to the local fair last week? Some point? I don't know. It wasn't that great.
I was gonna do that, but...
There are less exhibits than there used to be. I don't ride rides anymore. It was hot. There was good food at least. Had me some garlic fries. And a tiny child called me cute. That was about it.
Oh, that's nice.
We had matching parasols.
Oh, fun.
Except hers was pink. Mine was green.
I was gonna go to our county fair, but like the weekend had happened, I was just like exhausted. I'm exhausted most of the time, honestly, these days. Conversations have been made with me as of like that. There's something wrong with me. My friends don't know what, but they don't like it. It's like, well, tough shit for you.
Weird noise. Where it came from? It's probably just the TV in the living room. Or aliens. Ah!
It's a giant spider monster crawling on the ceiling.
Think someone's noticed?
That delay was what really made it work. You're just like, nothing, 30 seconds later.
I have had spider hallucinations, so I'm like, should I look? I feel like I would notice. This room's too small. Well, okay. It depends on what you consider giant spider. I suppose anything about my hand or bigger is kind of giant spider.
Yeah, that I would consider that a giant spider for most people. I mean, like, legitimately, anything bigger than, like, 1.5 inches is, like, a legitimately big spider in most places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're far enough north that's still a good-sized spider, even for California. If you were farther south, like, down towards, like, L.A. or even... L.A. might even be far enough south. I'm trying to think of what would be, like, maybe 29 palms? You have to get down pretty far, like, down towards the desert to get the really big ones.
I think the biggest ones we have naturally, that is, up here are the recluse spiders.
Yeah.
And the last time I saw one of those, I was up in Redding, so...
The biggest we have are wolf spiders, which are good-sized spiders, but they're like a daddy longlegs on steroids.
We've got those tiny, jumpy wolf spiders, and then the occasional... Well, no, they're not hand-sized, but they're the pretty big, colorful ones that tend to show up in veggie gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Those are actually nice to have around.
You actually want those around, because they're fairly, as long as you don't fuck with them, like, they're fairly docile and benign.
Mm-hmm.
They will go after pests.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of why they set up shop there.
I let the small hunter spiders live. Like, my mom freaks out because occasionally a spider will, run by like my ceiling. She's like, you gotta fumigate for those things. I'm like, no, you actually want those. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that are like maybe 1/2 inch max. I mean, they're no fun to have like crawl across your arm kind of thing at night, but like those versus the house centipedes that they eat, I'll take those any day of the week, because as long as you don't like startle them, they won't bite.
Yeah, in general, spiders tend to want to stay away from it. I really only go after a spider if it's gotten on me, or if I distinctly know it's something I don't want around.
Mm-hmm.
Or if the hubby screams. Like, he usually only does that because it's gotten on him, so... In general, spiders and I are pretty okay. Although, I wish the cat would stop bringing in crickets. She doesn't kill them.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Like, the last one, luckily, it was smart enough to just stay put where she left it, so I just picked it up and put it outside, and it ran the fuck off. But when she loses them, it's like, okay, listen for the sound. Where the fuck is it coming from?
Yeah. Oh, I definitely feel that one.
Mm-hmm. I suppose it's a good thing we don't live out in the countryside anymore. She used to bring, like, frogs and lizards. When we first moved out here, she brought us a bird once, but she didn't kill it, so I just released it. The fact that she's down to bugs is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a field next to us, and I know it's full of, oh, it's time to take pills. No, shut up, I'm taking them. Mice. And I'm glad she hasn't brought one home yet.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is today's Friday? Suck down that good antidepressant.
Delicious, delicious chemical.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Stabilization.
Delicious nortriptyline.
Mm.
Yes, because I have myself, what is she? Is she a... Well, she prescribed pills, so which one can subscribe pills?
Psychiatrist.
Psychiatrist? Therapist is just counseling.
Psychiatrist.
Okay. Yeah.
If she's a mind doctor who can prescribe drugs, then she's a psychiatrist.
And yes, that is what she is. She is.
Because doctors can subscribe, any doctor can prescribe you antidepressants, but there are the more powerful ones or the more tailored ones have to be prescribed by a psychiatrist.
Yeah, my new doctor sent me to her because the one that I had been switched to by the old doctor was not helping me sleep anymore and wasn't really helping at all, so... Okay, you go to sleep now, Fawn. I'm done with you. Oof, pardon, jeez.
Well, excuse you.
How's Cupcake's health been?
I'm alright. I'm having, like, tension headaches all week, but I didn't have one today, so... pretty good.
Overwork stress?
Just a lot of stuff. It's been an eventful summer, and stuff like that.
And apparently, we will have a guest here in a moment.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I'm not gonna clean up for her, though.
Ooh.
There, I moved my purse slightly to the side. Like, all the games I'm excited for coming out are coming out a while off. And I probably won't be able to afford them when they come out.
Mm-hmm.
I am so sad. What? What?
Oh, no, I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it.
Okay. As long as you know what you're doing. I'm knocking shit over.
Interesting side note. Apparently the, I know what the next comment's going to be, but I'm going to say it anyway. Apparently, the Sangria Mountain Dew is a really, really corrosive. Because it
like,
ate through...
Go ahead.
It ate through... Well, the only place you can get it is out of the fountain at Taco Bell. And it, like, within 3 or 4 hours, it went through the cup and proceeded to start eating through the finish on my desk.
Like, I knew Mountain Dew was generally, pretty...
Not good for you.
I mean, not as terrible as they say, but pretty not great. But holy shit!
Yeah.
Mountain Dew doesn't do that on its own.
I was, to say the least, I was fairly impressed that it was able to do that. I was like, wow, that's, I wasn't expecting that.
Cupcake is sporting his smiley face, jammy bottoms. Do you need help, doll? Hang on. I'll help. There you go. All nice and covered. Although you're gonna jump out of the covers as soon as she gets here.
That's why it's Ringo.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, just interesting side note. I was like, whoa, that's not good.
Well, I was gonna stay away from that stuff in general, but you're not really gonna stay away from that.
That's the only time I've ever seen Mountain Dew do it. That I mean, it will happen if you leave like a cup with some of it in it overnight. But this was like, I think 3 or 4 hours, and there was only a little bit left in the bottom. I mean, like usually in order for it to do that, you have to leave a whole bunch in, so there's enough for it to soak through.
Ugh.
Like this like ate through the paper, like in a couple hours, and was like leaked, you know. And not a lot, like, we'll say, like, maybe a quarter of a cup.
Yeah.
It started to eat through, like, the shellac or whatever that's applied to the top of my desk. I'm just like, holy shit.
Jeez.
That heating pad seems like a good idea.
Yep, it's been my buddy all day.
I don't know why, but my legs just hurt today. I didn't do anything. I just, like, sat in my chair.
Probably just left over from the entire week.
Probably.
Oh, stupid anime food.
Ah.
I heard her.
Questions, where is she?
In the living room somewhere, I imagine. Possibly in the kitchen.
There you go.
Child.
Hi.
Hi.
chair.
Well,
So I decided to give up and come here.
You know where our kitchen is? It's the same exact layout as your apartment. Oh, I'm ready too. How long until we get magic cups that refill themselves?
I want to get robot butlers.
We're told to grab this one.
Okay.
Sit.
I guess she's gonna need to be able to hear you.
It's nice to be able to hear people.
Yeah. You're further away, so.
You get to be all fancy with the wireless. I'm so sorry. Not really, but yeah.
Ringo, she sees you.
Oh my god, I was looking.
Look, everyone! Except not look, because this isn't video, this is audio. What the fuck am I saying? It's fake!
Words.
Yay!
Yes, I'm sorry. I got home from work and just blanked.
Ringo! Come here! Come here!
I could just see his tail behind your head just going berserk.
Oh, jeez! Attack of the puppy!
I see where the love is.
Yeah, he just
He's
wanted
like,
to sit on
excuse me while I use you as a stepping stool.
Hi. You know, I do have to, do this recording thing.
Oh no. You love me.
So that picture I sent,
Mm-hmm.
I came home and that's where he was.
He's grown very accustomed to being a cat. Because
I've never seen him put himself under the blanket like that when we're not there.
that statement didn't make a lot of sense.
No, it really didn't.
No, Sassy, does that in the winter.
Yeah.
She'll put herself under the covers. Although, probably less now that she has under the chair.
Yeah.
In there in the living room. Because we put the blanket on her. She loves that thing. Because, for what used to be a feral cat, she's very accustomed to her domesticated life.
Of course.
Yeah. Warmth.
You spoil them for just a minute, and they just, they become accustomed to things.
Well, you don't domesticate cats. Cats domesticate you.
I already knew that one.
Why do I keep trying to drink out of an empty cup?
I don't know.
Yeah. So we haven't had very interesting weeks, have you? Is there a topic you would like to bring up? Other than
I have
the fact that...
no idea what's going on in the world right now, I'm gonna be honest.
Hurricane, fires, flood, Trump is scary.
Oh, no shit.
Chinese crash doesn't mean the same as ours because theirs doesn't work the same as ours and people need to stop panicking about it. Their stock market crash.
Oh.
But unlike us, their general finances aren't in the stock market, so it didn't mean much. And it's like pretty much already recovered.
People panicking over nothing.
Well, it was outside people panicking because they were assuming, ow, I am not a springboard, dog. That it would be like when our stock market crashed, but it's not, theirs is actually properly regulated because theirs is very new. They only started doing it in the 90s.
Yeah.
And, refugees have sucky lives and are often dead.
We already knew this one.
The poor Syrian refugees are being stopped in Hungary? Because Hungary is kind of being a douche.
Okay.
Let's see, the country you go into, and it opens you to the rest of Europe.
Yeah.
So they're trying to go through Hungary.
And Hungary's like, no.
Yeah, Hungary's tear gassing.
Hungary's like, nope.
Yeah.
Get back.
The
Stay the whole way.
is not happy about it.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, Trump is no longer fun. He is scared. While still being funny, but not the right kind.
Scary kind of fun.
Yeah. I know you're not supposed to take polling to heart. Just polling up is scary. Like, I feel like a lot of people are buying too much into either what he's saying or the appeal of the comedic vote.
Yeah.
No,
we're just trying to screw ourselves over.
That's the American way.
Yep.
Blame everybody else while you fuck yourself over.
Yep. About the size of it. Which completely contradicts the American dream.
The American dream is a lie. That's how it's a dream.
Hmm.
Well, it became a lie. There was a point in time where it was sort of feasible because minimum wage did, allow you to manage family well.
And live.
Nowadays it's like...
Nope.
I'm sorry that your hours are running to cut that.
Crap.
Although, she kinda needs one too.
Yeah.
Someone's coming off maternity leave.
Oh.
Very adorable baby. As babies tend to be.
Most of them.
I have personally not seen a non-adorable baby, but that might just be my brain. I do fucking love babies.
No, I don't think I've ever seen a non-adorable baby either. Not actually in person, anyways. These are some pretty funky-looking pictures.
Like, even sick babies, they're sad.
They're adorable.
I think my brain is just really, because our brains are hardwired for that, but really strongly hardwired to want to love and protect babies.
Could be.
Oh no, you had to switch headphones. I'm sorry.
What's up?
I was apologizing for the fact that you had to switch headphones.
No, you're fine. Those, I forgot, I put those on the charger, but I didn't get them to stick on the charging spot. So, they were only like half charged to begin with, and I used them while I was playing Diablo and realized, oh crap, those weren't charged up, so they're not gonna last, long at all.
Need help? Are you failing?
Fail moment.
For a dog that loves to be covered up, he's pretty bad at doing it himself.
Yeah? But he's being so adorable.
That's why I can get away with stuff.
Yeah, could you say no to my cute tea?
Been saying it a lot today.
Can't stay mad at him, that's at least.
Oh no, because he's just, a dumb mutt. It's not his fault. Well, some things are his fault, but
not all.
Not usually what I'm angry at him for.
Yeah.
My vacuum sink works again, so yay. If you go potty or something, you can actually use the sink in there.
I didn't know it was broken to begin with.
Now I can't remember whether or not I told.
Well, if you did, she didn't tell me.
I don't know. I might have not. Maybe when she was over, it hadn't re-broken yet. Maybe. No, because it broke yesterday. I must have just not mentioned it because she never used the bathroom.
That's not good.
Yeah. Because last night it started flooding.
Oh.
And we hadn't touched it.
Yeah.
So, because theirs has been stuck for 2 days. I didn't say anything. And because this is an old, shitty place, systems are connected, so when they fuck up their bathroom, they fuck up our bathroom.
Of course.
Just like when the neighbors on the other side fuck up their kitchen.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
But he put in a new pipe, so yeah.
Cool.
And yay, being renters and not having to pay for it.
Yep. No.
That's really the only part I don't think I would enjoy about owning my own house. I'd love to own my own house, but at the same time it's like, I mean, you get insurance and whatnot, and some things I would just do myself, but...
Yeah. There's certain things that, no.
Well, actually, I had tools would probably have done that, but I'd probably be dead for like the next 2 days.
Yeah. Being a homeowner is a hassle unless you have all the money to throw around when something breaks.
Yeah. It was nice when we owned our home.
Yeah.
Well, it was sold by the bank out from under us.
Fun stuff.
I mean, we owned our home.
Mm-hmm.
And that the bank owned it. And sold it, and then didn't tell us. Anyway.
There's some jacked up people in this world.
Well, the banking system is still pretty fucked up. It's even more fucked up than it was when that happened, so...
Yeah. Well, the reason why I said that was because I know somebody who was doing like a lease-to-own thing.
Yeah.
Rent-to-own. And they were making the payments every month and everything, and the guy who they were buying it off of, or leasing it from, whatever you want to call it. What was that noise?
It was his phone.
He just didn't pay the mortgage. And, they were paying the amount of the mortgage so that they could just take over,
Yeah.
And the guy stopped paying it and didn't tell them, and next thing they know, they're getting an eviction notice on their door not an eviction notice, but, basically the bank is taking over this property, you need to get out.
That kind of happened to,
It's an eviction notice.
And it was, right as Christmas was there.
Yeah. That sort of happened to, somebody my parents used to know.
Yeah.
They were, well, not exactly that. They were renting a place, but the person who was renting it didn't actually own it.
Oh.
And the person who actually owned the place, this had gone on for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually the person who actually owned the place, came back from wherever the fuck they had gone.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, who the fuck are you and why are you in my house?
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was right before Christmas when they got the notice. It was freaking awesome.
Well,
they ended up in a better place, but it wasn't rent out.
Well, not only is the American financial system kind of screwy, Americans are kind of screwy.
Just a little bit.
We're not the only screwy ones, but yeah.
No.
Then you hear those stories about a bank foreclosing on a property where the people already own it free and clear.
Mm-hmm. I remember the story because it still goes around every now and then.
Why is my sound on my phone?
Nobody's on top of phone shit today.
Oh, I thought I turned it off.
That actually took that bank to court because they tried to foreclose on his house that he had paid off and won. That's really cute.
So basically all he did was brought his deed in and went, I own my house. Oh, yeah, you do. Because that's the whole thing. You don't get the deed to your house until you pay full and clear to the bank.
Yeah.
The bank holds your deed. That's all you need. If you have that deed, they're smoked.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Red apple, blue apple.
Saying random things you seem to doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it really doesn't, but hey.
I'll
be the random one.
You missed a good pay-per-view.
I always miss good pay-per-view.
Both of them were really good. Takeover and, SummerSlam.
Whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of the, pay-per-view. I mean, it's not that dumb things didn't happen, because the next fucking pay-per-view, not Roman Reigns, wow. Wrong person. Either way, Sting's in a fucking title match, and it's dumb. Because he's an old guy.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Also, we found a station that shows, New Japan Pro Wrestling, so life is awesome. I just called wrestling.
Oh, one of these days.
It'll be over for a pay-per-view at least.
Hopefully.
Trying to care about football. For the past few years, I just don't care about the preseasons.
Preseason's not so eventful for me anymore either.
So football's happening. And
honestly, it's got to the point where I only watch it towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
If I get to it all. But I do have somebody who keeps me up to date on it, so. Well,
Crunchyroll has listed the top 250, according to IMDb, anime series of all time. That's here. I will. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the top 250 TV series of all times that just happen to have some anime on it. That's less interesting.
well,
because from what I can see of what they listed, it's just if it's run on Toonami, it's on the list.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not really a very definitive list.
Not really.
I no longer have anything to say on that subject.
Okay then.
I still have
no tea.
Put that cup over there so I stop grabbing it. No, I still haven't caught up on a lot of anime which I should be watching right now.
Tell me about it.
Like I haven't watched it all because it's still coming up, but I started watching this season of Working, and that's good. I didn't expect that to be bad or anything, so.
Yeah.
I haven't even bothered to watch it on my phone. I've just had a very underwhelming week.
Yeah.
So, and if I'm in bed, then I'm usually, not willing to do shit.
Of course.
Or watching shit on TV. You pay for it, I might as well watch it. Just because I had the season record all the different varieties of House Hunters. There are a lot of different versions of House Hunters. You okay, Cupcake?
Mm-hmm.
You getting a headache?
I have work at 4 hours.
You should go to bed.
Mm-hmm. I just realized how late it is.
Why don't I let you go?
That's probably wise.
Thank you once again for listening to the super happy fun Jabbertron Tea Party with Kiki, Bones, and Faith. Farewell.
Okay, good night, Cupcake.
Night, Cupcake.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye.